The endless punches into the air drained every ounce of energy from my body, and still, my trainer didn't flinch. She kept her eyes fixed on my every move. Hi, I'm Audrey. And that strict woman is watching me like a hawk? That's my mom. Punch harder! Again, Audrey! Mom, I'm tired. Can I have some ice cream? Right now, I am not your mom. I am your enemy. Now punch harder! Startled, I quickly started punching the air again, just to keep her satisfied. I was raised by a mom who was very strong, rich, and super strict. She guarded top politicians for a living, but she guarded her heart even harder. She said my father was a gold digger who scammed her, and ever since, Mom hasn't trusted people. She didn't just learn Taekwondo, it was a part of her. I remember one time when we were walking home, a thief reached for her phone. In a blur, she flipped into the ground. Calm, precise, brutal. And she also wanted it to be part of me. We trained before sunrise and after sunset. No excuses, no breaks. Taekwondo became second nature, but it came with a cost. When I was 17, there was this guy in class I kinda liked. We had been eye-flirting for months. One day, he came around, and I strongly believed he wanted to ask me out.
Hey, Audrey, right? I was wondering if you wanted to...
But the moment his hand touched my shoulder, I grabbed his wrist, flipped him over my desk, and pinned him down, making everyone gape.
Okay. Wow. So, that's a no?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Reflex, just reflex. He nodded, but still backed away from me, just like the other frightened students.
No worries. You're cool. Just, maybe too cool for me. Yeah, I'll, text you. Or not. Probably not.
I wish I could say that was the last time, but it wasn't. Every time someone tried to touch me, even just by accident, I reacted like it was an attack. My reflexes were too sharp, too fast, too dangerous, and that made no one want to be friends with me. So one day, I decided to be brave and just tell Mom what was really going on inside me. Mom, I want to stop Taekwondo.
What nonsense are you talking about?
Because everyone's scared of me. My body reacts before I can think.
You want to quit? For friends?
Yes, I'm tired of being alone.
You don't need friends. You don't even need family. Power and money. That's all that matters.
So, you don't even need me? You don't even love me, Mom? Or am I just another disposable soldier for you? Mom didn't say a word, just turned away sharply, and I stormed out without looking back. That's right. Why would she care about a useless daughter like me? After that day, we hardly saw eye to eye. Luckily, there was one thing that brought us together. Our shared love for food. Mom could eat for 3, and I could cook.
Just perfect.
I would watch cooking tutorials of celebrity chef Stephanie Roosevelt at her restaurant. Cooking was my passion, just like it was for Stephanie. I dreamed of owning my own restaurant after culinary school. But one day, I realized that Mom had other plans for me.
Eating your meals always makes my day.
Thanks. Mom, you've never asked me what I want to do in the future.
I don't need to.
What do you mean? Anyway, I have applied to several culinary
school? Just because you can cook?
I love it. I see how you light up when you eat my food. I want others to feel that too.
Be a chef just to serve others your whole life? Don't be ridiculous.
But it makes me happy.
Don't stress about it. I said no.
No matter how many times I begged and tried to convince her, she kept saying no. So I started secretly practicing my cooking and applied to my dream culinary school behind her back. And to my surprise, I got accepted. I was determined to go, and even without Mom's support, I had my plans. By the way, Mom's out on a work trip today, so I quickly did an auction of everything in my name. My car, some of my designer clothes, and shoes. I got enough money that would take me through school for at least the first year if I was smart about it. And with that, I left for my new life. I got an apartment, but moving wasn't a walk in the park. Mom was relentless with the messages.
You're so ungrateful. Don't come crawling back when you realize how tough it is out there. Audrey, please, where are you?
I missed her, but I couldn't go back to that life. She wouldn't let me pursue my dreams. I had my peace of mind here. But the peace of mind did not last. Paying for school and living costs was too much. The money I made from selling my stuff was quickly running out, so I had to find a job to prove to Mom that I made the right choice, and I wasn't a quitter. That's when I saw a guy sneaking up on a lady. Ah! Help! I couldn't just stand there and watch someone get hurt, so I dashed towards them, taking the guy down like a sack of potatoes. Are you okay? But the moment I looked at the lady I saved, I couldn't believe it. No way! Stephanie Roosevelt? She was the popular chef I secretly adored.
Yeah, that's me. And who are you? Is this a setup by 2 crazy fans to get my attention?
What? No, I was just helping. The guy scrambled up and ran away. Instinctively, I grabbed a rock and bullseye. He collapsed, and minutes later, the police took him away. Thanks for saving me. Are you like a martial arts master or something? You're looking for work? Maybe I could hire you to be my personal bodyguard and keep freaks like him away. Name your price. It was tempting. I mean, who wouldn't want to be close to their idol? But I had to tell her my dream. This could be a big opportunity, but I was running out of time because people were starting to recognize Stephanie and she was becoming uncomfortable. Thanks, but I'm not really into bodyguarding stuff. In fact, I'm a big fan and learning to be a master chef just like you. Maybe instead of being your bodyguard, I could be a chef in training at your restaurant? In response, she took out a card and handed it to me. Why don't you come over to my restaurant tomorrow at 5 p.m.? We'll talk about it. I couldn't believe my luck. Meeting Stephanie in person was like a dream come true, and it seemed like it wouldn't be the last. The moment 4 p.m. clocked the next day, I rushed out and took a cab straight to Stephanie's restaurant. I was so excited at the thought of working in her restaurant. Hello? Audrey, you made it! Thank you so much for this opportunity. You're welcome. Now follow me, you low-class citizen. Are you talking to me? Do you see anyone else in the room? Now come on, let me show you where you'll be working. That should have been my cue to walk out on her, but I didn't, and things just went downhill from there. Instead of assigning me to work in the kitchen, Stephanie assigned me to be a waitress. I thought I was going to work in the kitchen. Ha! No way you'll be a chef here without any certification. Maybe after you graduate. But you said? Of course I said that. People were filming. Maybe if you pass the test and your school is a great chef, then I might consider giving you the kitchen position. I was so mad that Stephanie didn't keep her word, but I stuck it out. I needed the experience for my own restaurant someday. Still, it wasn't easy. Stephanie's real-life personality was nothing like the one she showed on the screen. She was mean to her entire staff. This table isn't sparkly enough. You're fired. She found fault in everything and kept firing people. Not tasty enough. You're fired. Everyone seemed used to it. They didn't fight back because they needed the job. But soon, I couldn't keep my cool anymore. One day, I went to sign off after my shift and walked right into her throwing a glass of juice at Aurora, the youngest waitress at our restaurant. I said orange juice, not pineapple. I knew she was strict, but this kind of rudeness was too much to take. The image of my idol shattered into pieces. Does that justify throwing juice at her? You can't treat people like that. Who are you to tell me how to treat my staff? You want some juice too? She threw the rest of the juice at me, and again, my overactive defensive reflexes were activated. The juice returned to the owner in grand style. No thanks. You're fired! Both of you! Don't bother firing me. I quit. I'm done working for you. Even though I got fired, I left the restaurant as a hero in the eyes of my colleagues for standing up to Stephanie. I refused to let it be the end of my journey, so I kept learning at culinary school. Just before our graduation, we had a cooking competition that would determine our starting badge in the world of chefs. But I didn't know that the real nightmare was about to walk through that door.
So for this competition, you will have 3 judges to test your food and pass judgment. One of them is...
I wanted to faint when I saw Stephanie was one of the judges.
Stephanie Roosevelt, CEO of Hungry Bear Diner. She'll be judging your presentation.
My heart was racing. I could definitely feel her sabotaging me, trying to ruin my chances of graduating. What could I do?
Your time starts now.
I did my best to not let the tension I felt with Stephanie around show. The clock ticked as each contestant prepared and I gave it my all. Soon we had to start dishing out our food. When no one was looking, I slipped off my apron, praying the plan I had just cooked up would work.
Time up! Leave the room. Everybody, Stephanie will now go in and check your presentation.
All students filed out behind the instructor, and I was the last to leave. Suddenly, I remembered I'd forgotten something. Oh no! I forgot my apron! Please let me go get it!
Hurry up before she gets here.
I rushed into the room looking for something that didn't really have to do with my apron. Then I slipped back out just before Stephanie went in, hoping that what I did would be enough to save 2 years of sacrifice and hard work. From someone so petty. The moment she was done checking the food presentation, it was time for the judging proper. When it got to my turn, the judges spat it out the moment it touched their tongue.
What is this?
Irish lamb stew with, we have eyes! We're asking why it tastes like you dumped an entire salt shaker in there. Are you trying to poison us? I took one look at Stephanie and I knew she was behind it. However, I had my own card to play. I never added this much salt to my food. And how do we know that? I saw this coming, so I made a backup dish. The whole room burst into chatter as the judges began tasting my new dish.
Whoa, this is delicious! Impressive blend of ingredients.
How did you? Surprised? Going back for my apron was just a cover. I hid an untouched plate of my food, just in case someone tried to pull a stunt. And guess what? You didn't disappoint.
I didn't do anything.
That's a serious accusation, young lady. You better have evidence? Oh, I do. When I said I went back for my apron, I had dished an extra plate, yes, but I had also crawled into the vent and planted my phone there to record whatever she did during her presentation check. Everyone was shocked when they saw evidence of her foul play.
You tried to ruin this girl's meal?
The room exploded with chaos as reporters rushed in to interview Stephanie. And just like that, the sweet, angelic Stephanie Roosevelt was exposed for the witch she really was. I didn't win first place, but I did win second. And most importantly, I proved I belonged in this world. With some of the prize money from the competition, I opened my own restaurant right after graduation. I hired every ex-employee of Stephanie's who was ready for a fresh start, and I felt things couldn't get any better. But on the restaurant's opening day, heaven had one more surprise waiting for me. Something far more meaningful than I ever imagined. Mom!
Audrey! I saw the competition on the news. You were incredible. I'm sorry for not supporting your dreams. I just wanted to say I'm proud of you for following your heart, and I miss you.
Was I hearing right? This was the same woman who used to say emotions were distractions and that money was everything. But before I could even respond, a masked thief rushed into the restaurant.
Everybody get down now! Phones, wallet, jewelry!
While everyone panicked, Mom and I stayed calm, which only made the thief more irritated.
You! Yeah, you in the apron! Hand over your phone!
Oh, my phone? Sure, come and get it. He reached out to snatch the phone, and that's when it happened. In a lightning-fast move, I grabbed his arm and flipped the thief over the table, disarming him and pinning him to the ground with one knee. Everyone cheered for me, but it was the smile on my mom's face that made me feel the proudest.
Well, at least all those years of Taekwondo didn't go to waste.
At that moment, I realized I didn't have to choose. I could be both the fighter and the chef. My strength and my passion weren't at odds. They were my superpower.